Hey, what's going on YouTube? On my way from South Carolina, just hit up an auction. So the video that I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna talk to y'all about pretty much how I'm making 500 to 1,000 a day. I've had like a couple other videos that I've done, haven't even posted them. I might definitely before this date. I think today is like the 25th of January, 2021. So let me explain a little bit about what I do. Uh, I buy truckloads of discount merchandise from big box retailers, or you get it as your own business. There's places like direct liquidation, B stock, uh, 88 lots, and many others that you can go to. I prefer to use direct liquidations or B stock, or if I don't have like a relationship with the big box retailer myself, I do have a warehouse that I'm running out of, and I get about a truckload a week. Now, when I first got into this business, which is only a couple months ago, my friends were pretty much saying and asking me like, how do I expect to sell all this stuff? What I expect to do with everything? And I decided I didn't even know the answer. One of my friends told me about this, and they told me that they know a few people that made millions of dollars doing this, and I'm just thinking like, well, I did my research and saw that the products were going cheap enough to where I shouldn't have a problem of selling them. So we skipped to day one. Day one, I'm in there. I get my first truckload. It's a Target truckload. It's a salvage merchandise. One thing I'm gonna tell everybody now. I mean, you're picking your poison with salvage merchandise. You might get lucky. It's only worth it if you're really just paying peanuts. Honestly, you get a lot, but you never know what you might get. You might get a bunch of BS that you cannot sell. That shoot, you might have rather had your money for, whatever how much small it was. So you want to stay away from the salvage load because more items in those tend to be broken, missing parts. I mean, or just like overall bad condition. You might even get trash in salvage loads. I've got trash in that Target truckload that I got. So um, going through my things, seeing everything that I have to sell, going through the boxes. I'm seeing some good things and some bad things, and I'm definitely getting a little discouraged just because I'm like, well, damn, some of this stuff is really broken. Some of this stuff is good, but it's like $5 items, $6 items, $7 items. I wasn't really trying to do a flea market, but I mean, I got into the business. I'm one of the type of people who shoot. I taught myself how to swim. I jumped into the deep end and started paddling. I mean, this is how I work. Last day, my paper type person. I mean, hey, I still get the A. So I didn't really mind, really working hard. Someone came in one day, buying some things that I had, and were telling me, you should take some of your things to auction. I'm like, auction. Only about ever auctions I've ever been to are car auctions. We got a car auction in Fayetteville that I'll go to every now and again. Really, when I'm in need of a car, so I really haven't been in once. I went a couple years ago to get my girl's car. But yeah, so I found out about regular auctions that I can bring my stuff to. First one I went to was one in South Carolina, boom, an hour away. I pull up, I set up. I didn't know much about it, so when I got there, I guess late. I was the last lot to sell. I want to say that night I sold about $400 and stuff, so I was happy about that simply because versus having, my warehouse open and foot traffic coming in and it being slow at the time that, you know, I need to hit more auctions up simply because this is easy money. So that's what I was doing, and I started looking for every auction that I could find auctions in. What really set me over the top, I feel, was just finding some of the free things that we can get or things that we can just get on a discount. You never know, someone's in a hurt position, they might just need to sell something and you can get it for the low and take it to the auction for selling for more. But what I will say is you can't expect to sell items that, let's say you got like an item that's worth $100, right? You take it to the auction. I say A lot of auctions you can set a reserve price at, so where you know you're not really taking a loss at that item's worth 100, and let's say you spend like 20 on it. Obviously, the cats gonna want to try to get it for $5, $10, but you might have to put a reserve on it. You know what I'm saying? Of like, tell them like, hey, I need 50 before I let this go. That's half. That's you double your money and a little bit more. So, I mean, that's what I was doing, and I mean, you'll make your money depending upon where you live at. There really are auctions every day. You check out auctions there. You can find you an auction. You can hit them up. You can go there. You can take your stuff. Depending upon the place. Some places truly the way they work is they kind of already have like a crowd that might come in and sell and might not be big enough to fit you. So you might either have to get on like a waiting list or I mean just show up and go for the better, but for the most part, they let you in. I mean, they're not going to turn around, turn away money. As long as people are buying, they don't mind you coming up in there. And I mean, most auctions work. So I get to my first Target truckload from selling all at auction, and I mean, it was a full truck, at least 24 pallets. Uh, I actually skipped that. I sold 13 online on B Stock. It was 11 pallets of Target goods. But at the time, I had ordered more from Amazon and B Stock, so I ended up getting around 24 pallets selling at the auction. So I kept the rotation going. Biggest thing is trying to double my money each time, and then from there you can just get more and more loads. This is how I'm able to make 500 to 1,000 at every auction I go to, which is every day. Plus, I have my warehouse that's open. So if there's a day that I just make 500, I might make a few hundred at the warehouse to where it averages it out. Or even if, let's say, it's a day that I don't go to the auction, uh, I have my warehouse sales. I also flip pallets on the side, which is like the wooden pallet business. Which, I mean, you'll hear guys like JT Hustles and other guys talk about, flipping pallets. It's all cool, but it, talk about food. I mean, if you might live in a market where there's some free ones out, but it seemed like shoot, everyone had it sold up where I'm from. So, you know, you you really just had to have, like they say, to be a millionaire, have 7 different streams of income. If I ain't doing one thing, I'm doing another. I got a kid to feed. Plus, I mean, I know like this is an extra mouth, so I mean, shoot, I gotta work hard. You put them 12 hours in yourself versus a regular job, you always gonna make that money. Like, ain't no way you gonna pay me 100, 150 a day to work for somebody when, 9 times out of 10, I could do that in a couple hours. Auction started at 11. I finished up at 1:30. Boom, made my money. I'm on my way back to Fayetteville, driving an hour. So, I mean, you really just gotta think outside the box. You can try flipping pallets. I mean, if you are interested, shoot, I have a pallet warehouse in Fayetteville, North Carolina. You can check out my Facebook page, Lens Lots, Pallet Liquidation. Other than that, if you were looking for other ways to make money, the biggest thing I'm gonna say is put boots on the ground. Just put the effort in. If you got a job to give you unlimited overtime, shoot, do that. Sometimes it's better to work for somebody. They're paying you right. I used to work overseas in Afghanistan, and I mean, it wasn't no overtime like that, but it was the environment. Some people don't like it. Some people did. I chose to go out there. I mean, shoot, bitch, your time is your time. And truth be told, shoot, we the big bullies over there. We had the firepower. We was out there. I mean, we weren't obviously out there starting things, but we obviously finished everything. So, I mean, that's it. That's it. But yeah, I hope everyone, takes my advice and looks into the pallet flipping game. I think it could really be a good hustle for anybody trying to make money on the side or just looking for a new business to get into. You definitely want to make sure your books are right. Keep track of everything you're selling, everything coming in. Me myself have fell victim to my own, struggles on that. But I mean, I learned the hard way, and I'm making sure I'm keeping up with every auction, everything I'm selling, simply because you want to know what's coming in and what's going out, so you know if you're taking a loss or not. I mean, that's simply put. But I hope this video helps you guys. Check out more of my videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.